Cross-matching, a paranormal phenomenon. Three famous founders of the British Society for Metapsychical Research, Henry Sidgwick, Frederic Myers, and Edmund Gurney, have a prominent place in one of the most interesting cases of spirit correspondence ever recorded. What is even more miraculous, the three distinguished gentlemen figured not as recipients, but as senders. The story of the cross-correspondences, as the phenomenon came to be called, began in 1901, when 5 women who had previously never known each other began receiving messages from spirits of the deceased. All 5 employed a technique known as automatic writing. They went into a trance, and in this state were possessed by the entity that communicated its message through writing. The first woman who was contacted by a spirit who introduced himself by the name of Myers was Mrs. A.W. Verrall. Shortly thereafter, American Lenora Piper also began receiving messages from Myers. Unbeknownst to each other, Alice Fleming, sister of Rudyard Kipling, and her daughter Helen began receiving similar communications from the beyond while in India. These 4 women were soon joined by another, an English woman named Willett. But the decisive event occurred in 1903, when Helen Holland, née Fleming, received a request from Myers to get in touch with an old friend of hers. Helen's hand wrote, Mrs. Verrall, Selwyn Gardens 5, Cambridge. Mrs. Fleming delivered her paper to the Society for Research in Metapsychics, and slowly the mosaic pieces began to fall into place. In America, Lenora Piper was tested by G.B. Dorr, who asked her what the word "lethe" meant to her. Myers, the spirit guiding her hand, answered with a string of classical quotations which accorded with the studies he had made while alive. The same question was put to Mrs. Willett in England by the famous parapsychologist Oliver Lodge. The spirit in correspondence with her gave substantially the same answer, as well as the name of the American questioner, Dorr. Eventually, Mrs. Willett was able to communicate with all 3 targets, Myers, Sidgwick, and Gurney, all classical scholars. Through her, the Prime Minister's brother, Lord Balfour, questioned the distinguished Sidgwick about the relationship between body and mind. Gurney, or the spirit he claimed to be, spoke about the origins of the soul. Myers himself was asked what it felt like to communicate from beyond the grave. "I feel as if I were standing behind a pane of frosted glass," he replied, "blurring vision and muffling noise, dictating weakly to a listless and dull secretary. I feel oppressed by a terrible sense of helplessness.